Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do something very special. We are going to be looking at a brand new Brompton touring setup. And here it is, the Voyage series from Vincita. In this video we're going to take a first look at these bags. We're going to pull them off one by one, take a look at them, go over the features and functions of these bags, and see if they're going to make a viable Brompton touring setup. Set you down right here. It was funny, guys, because I was about ready to tell you how awesome the bike handled with the bags on it, and then I forgot that the bags are actually empty. Obviously you won't be able to tell how the bike handles until you have the bags full and you're riding down the road, but obviously for this first look I can't have the bags full because I want to show you the compartments, I want to show you all the features, and I can't do that with the bags full. So this isn't a test of the bike and how the bike handles with the bags. This is just a first look at the bags themselves. First off, guys, can we take a second, just 1 second, to take a look at this bike and how beautiful it actually looks? I mean, look at this. This is freaking awesome. I love it. It actually looks like a legitimate touring setup. It doesn't look like some janky setup that somebody kind of cobbled together in their garage with zip ties and bungee cords. It actually looks like a legitimate touring setup. I love the way these bags look on this bicycle. Okay guys, there are three main bags to this setup, okay? We have the back rack bag, which they call the Voyage BDR bag. What does BDR stand for, you say? Well, it's an acronym, meaning it is a backpack. It turns into a backpack, it turns into a duffel bag, and it also is a back rack bag. So it's multifunctional, which is really cool. We're gonna get it off the bike here in a second and look at it. The next bag is the frame bag. Very useful for keeping snacks and things, and we're going to take a look at that bag as well. There is this little bag right here, which they call a frame bag as well. I call it the little triangle bag, but this bag, I don't know what you would keep in it. I'm sure I'll find something, but that's a bag as well for the frame. And of course, the last bag is the Voyage Atlas bag. This bag is very similar to the Brompton T bag, with the exception that it is actually a little bit more functional. It has more compartments that you can keep stuff in. It has a lot more hidden features that we're going to take a look at. So first, let's pull off the Voyage Atlas bag and take a look at it. I haven't even opened this bag up, guys, so this is going to be a first look for me. First, we got to unclip it. It's got a little bit of a handle right here, just like the original tea bag did, so you can easily pull it off the bike after you undo the clip, of course. And of course, it's got its own little carry bag handle. You don't have to use the Brompton handle. You could actually carry this just like you would carry any other bag. And of course, it does have a shoulder strap so that you can strap it onto yourself and walk if you don't want to hold the bag, which a lot of people don't. Okay, let's get into this bag just a little bit, guys. First, we're gonna look at the outside. Here you have a quick access to the inside of the bag, which is really, really nice. And we're gonna look at the inside here in a minute, but this is a quick access zipper. We have a pocket right here. Very, very, very similar to the original Brompton tea bag, except it's got these little loops right here where you can hook equipment, or you can hook whatever you want. You want to put pins in there, you can do it, but you can put stuff there, which is really, really functional. This thing's got the YKK zippers for that smooth functional zippering, if that's even a word. It's got a little cup holder right here, which obviously I keep my camera in, but much like the original Brompton tea bag, it's meant for water bottles or whatever you want to put in there. I put my camera. You got a net pocket on the outside. I've got a camera in there as well. You got another pocket, which is not netting. It's just a regular standard pocket. And then you got a couple of pockets up front here. One pocket actually has those little loops that I was talking about earlier that you can clip stuff onto, which is very functional. It's got that basic Brompton tea bag roll-up style, but it has a clip right here, so you can undo the clip, pull the bag open, and then it actually has a zipper right here, which is really cool. That way the bag can actually open up a little bit wider, I think, which is really, really nice. It's orange on the inside. I don't know if that has any particular functionality, but at least you'll be blinded if bright light is shining onto your bag. You're like, oh God, man, it's so bright. Inside the bag, there's this, I guess this is a laptop holder. I don't know. If we unzip it, it looks like it's got a couple of compartments, which I'm thinking tablet and laptop. It's got a padded area right here for adding a laptop in, which is really nice. That way your laptop or your tablet or whatever you're carrying doesn't get damaged. That's really nice. And of course, like I said, it's got that quick access. So if you want quick access to your laptop, you can unzip it from the outside here and get quick access, which is really nice. Now, much like the original Brompton tea bag, there isn't many pockets on the inside, at least not that I'm seeing, but it does have a lot of pockets on the outside, which you can store all kinds of different things in, which makes it more functional, in my opinion, than the original Brompton tea bag because of all the different pockets. Now, Brompton does have that pocket in the front, a couple pockets on the side, but this actually has zip up pockets, and I like that. I like that a lot better as far as functionality. Another function of this bag, which I like, is the straps on the bottom of the bag itself. These straps are adjustable, and you could actually carry whatever you want. If you have something long that won't fit into the bag, you could actually strap it to the bottom of the bag itself, which is really, really cool. It does have the ability to expand its capacity. As you see right here, you can fold it down, let's just say halfway, and you could actually have more capacity, just like the original Brompton tea bag. Depending on what Brompton you have, if you have the M bars or the H bars or the high riser bars, let's just say, you won't have any problem. But if you have the S bar bike, the flat bars, okay, they used to call them the S bars. I don't know what they call them now. If you hook this bag up to the front of the Brompton and attach it, and you start loading this bag up full of stuff, and it is filled up, your handlebar will hit it, okay? The brake levers will rub against it. Now, you can pack a lot of stuff in this before this happens, but just be aware that you're not going to get your full capacity of this bag if you have an S-bar Brompton. That is something to consider. Okay, now that we got the bag back on the bike, let's take a look at these front pockets. We open this up, there's actual rain cover for the bag itself, which is really nice. It has these mesh pockets in the inside, and it has a little clip, I guess, for keeping keys safe, you know. I don't know what anybody would use that for, but I would probably put my keys or something on there. The other side is very similar. It just has a little mesh pocket. That way you can keep things separated. Now, as functional as the Voyage Atlas bag is, it does not have the capacity of the original Brompton tea bag, but it has a lot more padding around the sides, and the padding is going to keep your stuff protected. The Brompton tea bag is just whatever material, I don't know what that material they make the Brompton tea bag out of, but that's that thin material, and that is all you have. This one actually has thicker walls on the inside. The walls of the bag itself are pretty thick. They're very cushioned, which will protect your stuff if you have the bag off the bike and you put the bag down somewhere, or if you're packing the bag with a bunch of other bags and you don't want stuff that you have in this bag to get damaged. It does have that protective layer, which the Brompton tea bag does not have. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look at the frame bags and get those out of the way, because there's really not much to them, but they are super functional because you can actually carry some very useful stuff in the frame bag. We'll unzip the frame bag and we'll take a look, and as you can see, there's not much to it, but there's a couple of compartments. I will be carrying probably some snacks in one of these compartments, and then maybe some camera equipment that I want to keep easily accessible in the other compartment. And the fact that you could just unzip it really easy is really nice. It has 1, 2, 3, and then 4 mounting points, so the frame bag is not going to shift on you and fall down. That's really nice. So it's going to be super stable, especially if you're carrying heavy things in this bag. The bottom triangle bag here is just a tiny little bag. I don't know what the heck you would keep in that, but it's there, you know. It's one of the frame bags that Vincita actually sells. Let's take a look at the cup holder right here. This is actually labeled a bag. I have my camera microphone in here, but it has this thermal lining on it, as you can see, which means if you put a water bottle or you buy a soda at a gas station or something and you put it in there, it'll actually stay cold longer, which is really nice. Or if you're in a colder environment and you want something that's going to stay warmer longer, you can put your hot chocolate in there and it'll stay warm for a lot longer than it would if it was just in a regular cup holder. It also has these little loops, which are really nice, that if you want to attach with maybe a carabiner, you want to attach just little items, odds and ends that you want to keep easily accessible. This back bag, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and the front bag has a lot of these loops, so it's super functional, which is really cool, and I like it. I like it a lot. I love functionality, guys, I really do. But you know what I love better than functionality? I like looks and functionality, and this setup has both. Love the way the bike looks, I love the functionality. Not having anything in this area is really nice, because when you're pedaling, guys, when you're pedaling, you don't want the heel to strike the bag. So the fact that this sits further back is really nice. Now you can put stuff in this area, which I plan to. I plan to put my cylindrical tent right here, and my heels won't touch that when I'm pedaling. All of the bags have these reflective strips on them, which is really cool. Obviously, reflective stripes are really handy. Being seen is very important. You don't want to end up as a meat waffle on the road, you know. Okay, the last bag we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the BDR bag, the Voyage BDR bag. And as I stated, it's multifunctional. That's why it's called BDR, which is backpack, duffel bag, and rack bag. And I'm going to show you each one of those functions. Let's first go over how this bag attaches to the bike itself. Obviously, the Voyager Atlas bag attaches to the Brompton block. The other bags have these little Velcro straps to attach to the bike. This bag is a little bit different. This bag actually attaches to the rack, and it attaches with this quick release clip to the seat post up here at the top. It's just, it basically just has a basic strap, but this bottom piece is called a click fix. It's like a Uniclip 2.0, I guess that's what Vincita calls it. It is a quick detachment system for a rear rack. Not just the Brompton rear rack, it'll actually attach to any rear rack, which is really nice. But if you want to remove the bag, you just basically unclip it up here and then clip up, pull a clip up on one side and pull the clip up on the next side, and the bag just detaches. That easy. So let's take a look at this bag, guys. Now, I haven't been inside this bag, but it does have this little compartment right here which holds the straps to the backpack. There's this little compartment down at the bottom which has the clips, and it just has this quick clip right here that attaches together, and you have a fully functional backpack. It's got the breathable mesh padding on the back, which will hopefully help keep your bag dry. It has these little loops to help hold more stuff. Obviously, we can never have too many loops on a touring setup. They're super useful. But when you're done and you want to turn it back into a rack bag or a duffel bag, you just put these back in and stuff the bottom part back in, and it's basically a rack bag again, or it's a duffel bag. The duffel bag function, if you flip it right over on its end right here, it basically becomes a duffel bag. So that's really cool, because then if you're traveling, this can be carry-on and you don't have to worry. You know, you can carry your front and rear bag as carry-on luggage and you don't have to worry about checking it. Or if you're taking a bus or a train, which is my preferable way of traveling, it's really nice because then you have the functionality of a carry-on duffel bag that you can keep your stuff in and keep your valuables safe and not have to check it and worry about it getting tossed around by, let's just say, unscrupulous baggage handlers. This thing obviously has all the loops in it. It has a side pocket on the outside, just basic side pocket. There's another pouch on the opposite side that actually has 2 pockets. So if you want to keep certain things in there that are not as wide as that other side, you have 2 functional pockets on this side. All right, we'll undo this, and it actually has a kind of like a bungee strap system. This is where I'm going to be keeping my sleeping bag, but you can use it for whatever you want. Very, very functional. That means you can strap stuff to the outside of this bag and give it even more capacity than it already has. The reflective strip on the back will definitely help you be seen by motorists, which is really neat. But it also has these little bitty loops in the back. And I do not understand why more companies don't do that. I love having little loops on the back so I can attach bicycle lights. I don't know how many times somebody will make a touring bag setup and they won't have these little loops so we can put bicycle lights on them. Luckily, Vincita thinks about these things, and they actually put these loops on the back so we can put our bicycle lights so we don't get hit by a car, you know, which is really, really nice. I thought that this was how you got into the bag, but apparently this is just an upper pocket. So you have a pocket on top, which is really nice. You do have a carrying handle to carry it vertically if you wish. And how do you get into this bag? Oh, you got a zipper on the side here. Okay, so the bag itself opens up. There's a mesh pocket right up front. This will be super handy for keeping clothes in, you know, or you might want to keep like soiled clothes, I don't know, but it has a mesh container to keep clothing in, is what it looks like. Oh, it has a rain cover, which is nice. A super bright rain cover. God, man, you can see this thing from space. So we got the mesh pockets, 2 mesh pockets. We have extra clips, cool. So if any of those clips break on a tour, you actually have extras, which is really nice. Like it, I like it a lot. And then I guess the main body of the bag, you would open up this way. And then you would open that up, and look at all that capacity, guys. You actually have straps here too. And this is really nice if you want to keep things strapped down, especially maybe bigger items like your tent. You don't want your tent flopping around, or you don't want things, you want things to hold in place. You have straps. I don't see any more pockets, but I do see another laptop holder, which has, it's just basically like the last one I showed you. I'll probably take that out, or I'll probably use it for clothing or soiled clothing or something like that to attach to the outside of the bike. I don't like how it's attached up here. It seems like it would wobble. Now, I could probably tighten this up a lot more and keep that more stable, but I'm wondering when I get some weight in that, how much that's going to shift. I don't know yet. It's going to be something when I start loading that up, when I start getting my gear list ready for this tour. I'm going to do a fully loaded bicycle ride, maybe an overnight camping trip or something like that, to test this setup out, because I don't want to have problems on the tour that I'm planning, which I really want to tell you guys about. But right now I'm still in the process of getting everything worked out for, so I'm not going to say nothing about it in case things fall through and I have to kind of come up with an alternate tour plan. But regardless, as soon as this thing is full, I'm wondering how much this thing is going to shift. That's something that I'm going to find out later, but that's my only kind of concern. I wouldn't say it's a gripe, it's just kind of a concern. Another kind of minor gripe with this bag is I wish it had some more inside pockets for smaller items. It doesn't. That's not a super big deal considering it has so many pockets on the outside of the bag, but it would be nice to have a couple of internal pockets as well, especially in that main compartment area. All these bags can come off of this bike in literally a minute's time. You know how easy the front Brompton bag is to take off. Unclip it and pull it off. 2 clips on this back bag, and then that little clip on the top, and that back bag comes off. So if you're stopping at a place like, let's just say a convenience store or a grocery store, and you do lock your Brompton up outside, you can take the bags in with you. That way you don't have to worry about your gear getting stolen, which is super helpful when you're on a bicycle tour. Anyway, I probably forgot something about these bags. I probably have forgotten something. This is a first look for me. I'm just looking at it the same way you guys are looking at it. So I introduced myself as I'm introducing you guys to these bags, because I just got these bags. I took them out of the box, I strapped them on the bike, and I said, let's go take a look at them. And what a better place to go than a park where it is quiet and there's nobody around to distract me, because I am ADD and everybody distracts me. So here I don't have that problem. But I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs up if you like the Vincita bags, man. This looks really cool, dude. I linked the Vincita website below if you guys want to go on their website. They have a bunch of other bags, like the big Nash bag that kind of has a pannier setup on the rear of the Brompton, which I was also considering that bag as well for the back. But they had these bags which they just came out with, so I thought we would test these bags out because plenty of people have done videos on the big Nash bag. But Vincita makes some very thoughtful, very functional bags, which is one thing I like. I like when companies actually use their noodle and actually make stuff that actual touring cyclists want. And I'm really, really happy with the setup so far. We're going to be doing some testing. It doesn't look like we're going to have a durability issue, which I'm very excited about. It looks like the bags are going to be super durable. The only question is, like I said earlier, whether that back bag is going to shift when it's fully loaded and how much stuff I can get in that front bag. But other than that, I think these bags would work great on my next Brompton tour. If you guys have any comments, questions, leave it down in the comment and questions section. Slap a like on the video if you like it, guys, and I will talk with you guys in the next video. And I'm going to have my folding bike tour day number 7 out very, very soon. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.